What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition to my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Nightwing issue number 135. This one is written by Dan Watters, artwork by Dexter Soy. This is the final part of the Cirque du Sin arc with the whole Zanni thing. And overall, I did like the issue. Could it have been stronger if we had a little bit more of a better build up to it with this relationship between Nightwing and Bryce? Sure, of course it did, but at least we're kind of done with the Zanni stuff, and hopefully we can kind of go into some more kind of grounded, gritty stuff with Nightwing after all the kind of weird fifth dimensional horror stuff. But it is Dan Watters, so I suspect that probably won't be the case for long. We'll probably get back into the weird, bizarre stuff in the near future. But anyway, so this is the Cirque du Sin thing. Basically, Nightwing-Prime wakes back up. Nightwing is trapped in the fifth dimension trying to free all the kids, and he has to kind of use his imagination in that, and he kind of creates a ladder so the kids can make their way out of it. But as they're climbing up, the Zanni is climbing with them and is trying to drag him back basically down to hell as this sort of nightmarish creature. But before Nightwing can be kind of taken out, Nightwing-Prime, Bryce and all that, the kid Bryce who became Nightwing-Prime, comes in for the save and gives them all a fighting chance to kind of flee. And ultimately kind of sacrifices himself in the sense that he decides to stay behind, take down the Zanni so it won't haunt the other kids' dreams or harm Nightwing or anybody else in Blüdhaven ever again. So he decides to kind of mold himself in the image of his hero Nightwing, and ultimately does a very selfless act of courage to kind of save the day. And this really upsets Nightwing because he couldn't save this kid. Ultimately, he wasn't the one who really kind of stopped the Zanni for good. It's a fifth dimensional imp. They're kind of hard to kind of take down for good. But while these kids are there, Blüdhaven's kind of destroyed a bit. The heroes like the Justice League and that come to kind of help rebuild it and such. So that's good that they're always there to kind of lend a helping hand. Babs even kind of mentions, Spirit Solutions is gone, Olivia Pierce is gone, and the circus that's been abducting these kids can't return. Overall, it's a win, but Nightwing doesn't really feel like it's a win because of what happened with Bryce. But then he visits one of the little girls, and she tells him about how the Zanni used to haunt their dreams and all that. But in the dreams, now there is Nightwing-Prime, and he just lets them know that, hey, it's going to be all right, and it's just kind of the protector of the kids and all that. And that was kind of a calming reassurance Nightwing kind of needed in a way. And he also agrees to kind of give this kid a rabbit to adopt and such. So a good ending for Bryce's character, at least for now. Now he's trapped in the world of the Zanni. Perhaps one day he will return to the main universe. Or maybe he's just going to be the one to kind of wail on the Zanni and keep it from harming those kids for the rest of the time. I don't exactly know. I assume we'll probably see that character again at some point, but if not, this is, I guess, a selfless conclusion for a kid who was kind of brought up in that sort of gang war, but ultimately kind of being the heroic person he was kind of meant to be, and just kind of being selfless and all that. So good qualities in a hero right there. That's a good moment for him. It just makes Nightwing sad, and while we didn't have that full dynamic of Bryce built up as much as we could have, if we would have fleshed it out a little bit more, I probably would have felt the emotions a little bit more, but it worked for this storyline, I suppose. So yeah, good conclusion there. Glad we're kind of done with the Zanni for now, and I don't know what we're going to get into next, but we do have an epilogue with the mayor of Blüdhaven talking about breaking and resetting some bones in that. We'll see what they do with this particular storyline. Also, 40 years of The Dark Knight Returns. My God, that's a long time ago. Good comic book. A little overrated in my opinion, but still pretty solid. But yeah, overall consensus, artwork is really strong. Once again, it's Dexter Soy. I mean, the guy is one of the most talented artists at DC Comics. I like the way he draws Nightwing and other members of the Bat family. And it had a good conclusion, I'd say. Overall, could have been stronger, yes. Does it feel like we're kind of with a kid kind of trapped there? Does it really feel complete in that way with Nightwing's characters? I don't know. But all things considered, I'm glad we're kind of done with this Zanni thing, ready to wrap it up and move into the next direction of this series, which hopefully we do something a little bit more grounded, deal with the corruption of Blüdhaven or something. But it is Dan Watters, so I assume the weird stuff will be coming anytime soon. When I was reading at the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is actually a little bit. I'm like, when's it gonna hit? Okay, now here it is. So, but overall, like I said, I like the ending of it. It could have been stronger, but overall, thumbs up for me, I suppose. But what did you all think of it? Did you like this story arc? Do you think the Zanni stuff was kind of dumb? I know with fifth dimensional stuff and the way plots are wrapped up and all that, it can be a little iffy sometimes because the rules in that are a little bit all over the place. Of like, sometimes when there's no rules, then it just like, how does this thing wrap itself? I don't know. It's kind of weird when you get to the fifth dimensional stuff. But did you like the issue? Did you dislike it? Are you glad we're done with it? You ready to move into something a little bit different? What do you want to see next for the Nightwing title? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and all that other fun stuff. But anyways, that's it for now. I'll be back again, maybe tomorrow, maybe today, with at least, like, I have like 3 other DC books I need to cover, but I haven't had the chance to read them yet. But I want to get this issue of Nightwing out there and covered and talked about. And I think I got like Titans, I got World's Finest, and then I have Absolute Batman. So maybe I'll finish off with Absolute Batman. I mean, World's Finest doesn't take too long to cover, but I want to get this one out of the way, and then we'll get to the DCKO tie-in or whatever the hell is next. And then, yeah, I think that should be good. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I will see you all later. Peace out.